What it do? What it do? What it do? Who? It is I, Eden the Hero, and this is Humble Good Times. Welcome. You're tuning in for the first time. We are on the other side of adversity, journeying, period. So weekly recap, of course. Where I left off last week, I was not feeling well. And I realized the culprit was coffee. I had coffee that weekend, and when I'm not in remission and I'm not on my usual treatment plan for Crohn's, I really gotta be super specific on what I eat. So, can't have coffee. I can't have any raw vegetables or fruits. I can't have spicy. I can't have fried. I can't have super sweet. I can't have a lot of processed food. It's like I can't have super heavily seasoned food. I gotta be super like bland almost in what I eat. And so this week I've just did just that. I stopped drinking coffee. I picked up what's called a Celsius. If you've never heard of it, it's like a healthier energy drink that isn't as toxic like a Red Bull or anything. It actually puts natural like vitamins and everything inside the drink, so that way it doesn't give you that super like harsh jolt of energy and then you crash. I never felt any crashing with Celsius. So, and then it's like 5 calories or something like that. It's a really good drink if you ever want just a hit of caffeine to hold you for a while during the day. But yeah, I just took it easy. I rested all last weekend, and then I thankfully was blessed with medicine from the on-call doctor at my doctor's office, and then they only gave me enough for 7 days, which was, I ran out yesterday, but I got another refill for today and tomorrow and as needed for the rest of the week because I get my treatment tomorrow. So yeah. I'm super excited. I've been counting down all week. So I got one more day and I get my treatment tomorrow, thank God. But yeah, it's just been a blessing where I was able to get some relief by taking some prednisone and just watching what I eat. So I would say this has been a really good week overall because work has been actually pretty calm like this whole week. I prayed for that. I did not want to have to go too hard because of how I've been feeling, knowing I'm like limited on energy, and even with the energy drink, it's only going to do so much for me because I have a natural fatigue with Crohn's disease. So there's that. But yeah, this week has actually been pretty good overall. I mean, I had days where here and there was some like rough mornings, but then by the end of the day it got better. And my body just doesn't do well off my medicine early in the morning. So it's like my body, when I'm in the pain sometimes in the morning, my body's still trying to digest last night's food. And I'm feeling the effects of all of that, like just food just trying to make its way through. And it's awful. I don't know about y'all, but I can't have popcorn. One time I had it and I didn't have my medication. No, it wasn't popcorn. It was corn on the cob. So I had corn on the cob. This is when I was young, like young and dumb. And I ate the corn, and I literally felt the corn moving through my system. That was the most pain I've ever had. Ever since then, I stopped eating corn, popcorn. I don't have any of that. I'd rather not be in pain. I just love being pain-free, physical pain-free. If anything I can avoid by harming myself, I'm doing it now, because it just doesn't make sense. I don't like being super tired, so now I go to bed even earlier. There's literally, like, my life has changed so drastically in these last 6 months, 7 months, where I care so much about my health, my well-being, my energy. Like, I'm not missing out on nothing when it comes to me taking care of myself. I'd rather wake up one time, wake up with energy, go to work, come home in one piece. Like, it just feels good to be here. If I'm being honest, it feels really good not to be in any type of physical pain right now. Like, these last 2 days, I gotta be real with you, they've been awesome. Like, yesterday at work, I barely had any pain. I had a little bit. And then this morning, I had none when I woke up. I had no pain waking up. I was so thankful for that. And the fact that I actually got to sleep in, it really helped too. So I think that's probably why I woke up with no pain. But yeah, this week has been awesome. I really have no complaints. Me and my coworker, we've been good. Like, it's been very peaceful. I've really just checked myself, really, mainly because he's not doing nothing extremely wrong. It's just a language barrier, truly. That's all it is. Yeah, so my overall feeling, I'm feeling good. My 30 days into being 40 today. So I am 30 days, I'm 40 years old in 30 days. And I'm still getting used to this. Saying that I'm 40, telling people I'm 40, like, it's wild still to me. Because for so long, people just made it seem like, oh my God, when you're 40, it all falls apart, this, that, and the third, your body gives up on you. It's like, no, but your body don't have to give up on you if you take care of it. Like, I guess that's the silver lining and the blessing in disguise with having a condition is the fact that you really got to take care of yourself, and you really got to pay attention to changes in your body and everything. Like, one thing I realized before I turned 40 was some back pain that I told y'all about before. And if I'm sitting leaning on this side, on my left side hard, and then I get up to move to my right side, world of pain. I don't know what that is, and once I get insurance, I'll look into it. Right now, I can't look into it, but it's stuff like that where it's just like, I didn't have this pain probably like a few months ago, and then all of a sudden this pain just came. It's like, why? Why as we age do we have to, our bodies have to start like breaking down or something? Like, it's weird. But for me, I just want to get better overall. I want to do better, get better, and just feel good. I don't want to feel bad physically. I know there's things out of our control that we're going to not feel so great about. There are going to be things that happen out of our control, but that's for God to handle, not for us. So I put my trust in God and just let Him deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it so much. I'm not going to worry so much about it. I'm just going to give it to Him and let Him sort it out, because I'm done trying to figure things out that I can't figure out on my own. So it's a relief, if I'm being honest. There is a lot of relief in that. There's nothing I can do, God can. So day 29 into my 30 days of June content challenge, and I'm looking forward to this being over. I am. I'm just, it's like, how do these people do this every single day, multiple times a day? Like, I really give content creators credit for what they do, and believe me, I love creating content. I enjoy doing my vlog, my Humble Good Times vlog. Like, this vlog has been such a pleasure in doing, because it's me just documenting and journaling my experience as a person living in 2024 when I started, that is trying to figure things out, trying to get better, trying to grow and do a lot, but learning along the way of what I can and can't do, sharing things that I had done that did or did not work out, and then the resources that I'm finding I get to share as well. I think it's dope when I'm able to figure something out or find something out, and I'm able to share it with everyone. So yeah, this is pretty much what I enjoy doing with my content. I like creating content for, like, outside of videos and social media. Like, I create, period. I'm a creator. I love creating. I'm an artist. I love to express myself through different mediums. So yesterday I was watching, Roku has a lot of different channels, which I really like Roku's selection of channels and the original shows they have. I was watching some cooking shows. So the first one was called Struggle Meals, and it was really cool because dude, like, he comes up with different recipes, and how they're budget friendly, but they're really delicious. And I was just like, wow, like, this is giving me so much life. It makes me want to get in my kitchen and just start whipping something up, or try one of the recipes that he came up with, because they all looked good, if I'm being real. There might have been one where I wasn't feeling it, but for the majority of the stuff that he made, it was dope. I can't wait to do some meal prepping again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of my eating has been on pause because of my condition. I can't just eat anything when I'm not in remission. So I've just been kind of playing it safe with rotisserie chicken, macaroni and cheese, anything that's soft, that's not gonna overly make it hard for me to digest. That's what I've been sticking to. And what I've learned is chicken and macaroni and cheese has been that I want to eat vegetables, I want to eat fruit. I just can't right now because of the way it's going to affect my system. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back to doing more cooking and meal prepping. I'm still baking, of course. On the other show that I was watching on Roku, though, it was about these guys going to different restaurants. There it's a theme one, so they'll have like, say for instance, macaroni and cheese. They had one episode where they went to 3 different restaurants that range in price, and they try each of those macaroni and cheeses, and they'll grade if it's worth the buy, or with their whatever their favorite is, and if it's worth it. So it was cool to just to find out new restaurants, different ways of preparing food, and all that good stuff. So I just enjoy lounging and watching something like that. I miss Chopped. I wish I could watch Chopped, but I don't have cable. I have streaming, and I'm completely fine with that. I do not want to pay for cable. But yeah, today at church I served, and I went to my small group, and it was just so refreshing. I swear, like, I'm not ashamed to get, deep with y'all on my vlog, because I feel like if you can see the way that God's working in my life, you can then understand and believe like it's possible for you too. And one thing I love about God is how he shows up in ways where it just is so dope. Like at church, not at church, but at work, my coworker actually was like, "My friend, do you believe in Jesus?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "I love Jesus. He's so great," and this and that. I was like, "Yes, amen." And as much as I wanted to go more into detail with him and like, express myself, I couldn't, because he wouldn't understand. That's the part where it's like a hard, like, I want to be able to communicate with you, but I don't speak Spanish. And part of me has been like, should I learn Spanish to be able to communicate? And then I guess the kind of like, I guess the ego inside of me is like, why should I have to learn Spanish when this is America? I know that's ignorant. It sounds ignorant as I'm saying it out loud, but that's literally my thought, because it makes me feel like I gotta go out of my way to try to communicate with this person. And at the same time, I always wanted to learn another language. I did start to learn Spanish, taking Spanish classes, but I'm just not fluent. And if anything, I mean, learning Spanish ain't the worst thing. I think it'll be helpful in a lot of ways. That could take me a lot of places. But that's just a thought I was having, where I just felt like, oh, why should I have to learn Spanish to communicate with you when I'm in America? And it sounds ignorant, but I can't help how I feel. That's just what it is. But back to church. Church was really cool. Like, I had a really good conversation with 2 of my church family members, and one is a young guy who happens to be the name of my nephew, Dominic. And it's funny because I've been thinking about my nephew a lot lately, because we haven't really gotten to talk. But talking to this guy and the other guy, Kwame, and we're just talking about church and ways of serving and how to become a member and this, that, and the third. And it just felt so good connecting in that way over God and over Christ. And it being at church, I don't know, it just feels like so much has aligned in my life, where I just feel like I'm right where I need to be. I don't feel at all out of alignment. And there's just so much enjoyment and comfort in knowing that. Like, when I used to work at my last job, I would be at work just kind of like I guess bitter. I was bitter. There was a bitterness because when I got to that job, I was coming off of a layoff, and then it was like I needed to find a job, and this kind of just fell into my lap where it was just basically offered to me and without me really having to prove myself, which was a blessing at the time because I needed a job. I don't like interviewing, so it made it that much easier, but there was just this energy at this place where it was working around a bunch of older people who are close to retirement, who worked amongst each other for years, and a lot of the culture was basically everyone complains, but no one does nothing about nothing. Like nothing's getting change. Nothing changes because no one's trying to change it, or even making that much of a fuss to change it. And most of them were just kind of looking forward to their retirement. They're like, oh, I can't wait to just get out of this place for good when I retire. And I'm like, well, how does that help the rest of us that want to grow a career here or looking to grow in a career here? And I just don't agree with that type of work culture. And the lack of God in that place was just so heavy. Like there was no sense of any spirituality or any type of feeling of God there. And so I don't know, I just felt like I needed to get out of there because there was just too many problems for such a small place. And how it all happened, I wouldn't have wanted it to happen the way it did, but it happened the way that it did, and I'm not mad at it. I'm thankful how everything turned out in the end, but it just makes me realize like where I'm at right now versus where I was. I feel no pressure. I feel I don't want to be anywhere else right now. I don't want to look at another job. I don't want to think about what's next. I want to really just stay in the moment, stay present, do what I'm doing. And yes, I have plans to grow, but I think where I was then, now where I'm at, there's no bitterness right now, and I pray that there's none in the future, because there's people at this job that's been there for years that seem to be like can stay there all day at work. Like these guys be putting in 12-hour days or 10-hour days, and it's nothing for them. There's no real, I haven't felt any of that toxicity that I was feeling in the last place, where people feel like they want to find another job or leave. A lot of them are there to retire. So I'm thankful to be here where I'm at. Like that's what I need to be around. I need people that, not that I need people, but I want to be with a company where the culture is actually healthier. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. There's no perfect company, I don't think, but this one, there's just a better feeling of less bitterness, more representation for sure. There's a diverse group of age, and these people work hard. They help each other. There's guys that be looking out for me, checking in with me, seeing if I'm good. Like we haven't had really any conversation, but it's just that type of environment where it feels like I'm welcome there, and people actually there that want to do good and not start drama. So I'm glad to be where I'm at, and I'm not mad. Got to talk to my pastor today, check in with him, because he had a health scare a few weeks ago, and he's doing well. He's feeling more of himself, he said. And I come to find out that he actually has an autoimmune disease too. And I was like, wow, who would have thought? Like, him and his wife both have autoimmune diseases. And he's like, you're part of the autoimmune family too. I'm like, I guess I am. And I was just telling him about how I got my treatment tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. And I got my job because I'm in touch base with him since I got hired. But it just feels good to connect, and we have that in common, and we know that kind of pain, and it's just dope how God works, how he brings us together in ways that we can't imagine. So y'all give God a chance, man. If you have not, give God a chance. If you ever want to have a discussion and I can just tell you my experience a little more in depth, please hit me up. Ask questions. I'm an open book. I'm looking forward to just, connecting with more people, more like-minded spiritual people. So this has been a humble good time. I am Eden the Hero. Peace.